This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Y'all,
This
just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. I'm Erica, in for Big Jeff, who we hope had an amazing birthday.
I hope he got his crab legs.
Yes,
Little
his
fire pit.
tequila.
His tequila.
You know you had a good birthday when people don't see you at work 24 hours later. Yeah, that's a good birthday.
Bye. Totally agree.
He gave himself some downtime.
That's
we
good for
appreciate
him.
that.
Yes.
Okay, so there's new speculation about the state of Ben and J-Lo's marriage. Over the past few weeks, the couple has been facing numerous rumors that their marriage is on the rocks. Now, the rumor mill is ramping up after new photos of the couple's $60 million mansion. Check that out. Pretty impressive. I would live there.
Yeah, me too.
Appeared on Zillow. Now, while the home is still listed as, quote, sold, there are new pics from inside the home.
Whoa.
It features a large entryway with a grand piano, a movie theater, and a full gym, also a pickleball court, and a glam room. Not to mention the large pool in the backyard. Now, Ben and Jen just purchased the home last year. Meantime, in her newsletter, as Al is a faithful and loyal subscriber,
Can't get off.
it was sent to fans yesterday.
Help.
Did you receive that?
I did, yeah.
Okay. You
I
read
tried
it
to even
top
send
to
it to my
bottom.
spam. It won't. It's
just
a part of my
stays
life
there?
now.
Okay, so
yeah,
top
it's
to
like
bottom.
a tattoo I got in college.
Al could actually do this story because he knows all about it. Now, Jen called out the negativity in the world right now and said, don't let the voices of a few drown out all the love out there. So, Al, I know that you are a faithful J-Lo fan. You have subscribed to her newsletter.
Yes.
What do you make of all this?
You know, I was thinking about this in the meeting we had earlier today, and you know, obviously all three of you are partnered, and I was like, if I tried to start a rumor about your relationship, it wouldn't go anywhere because it just factually wouldn't be true. People would see, I'd be like, oh, Erica and Anthony on the rocks. Why are they at the grocery store? Why are they at the gym? Oh, they look fine. Rumors only get going if there's some kindling there to start that fire. And the house, you know, the weird pictures, the tension, we can see in we're all animals. We can see when like two people are not getting along. So again, Steph, I keep trying to tell my girl J-Lo, what you're doing is, what's going on with you is sad, and I feel sorry at the end of a relationship, but human beings can relate to that. And maybe this is a change for you to change your thinking and maybe to try and relate to people on a different level, and maybe they'll kind of reconnect with you, because a lot of people have gone through heartbreak and broken marriages and moving out and all the stuff that's not a home like that. But, you know, do you think maybe she could change her strategy in terms of relating to her fans? Because, oh, just put the haters down. It's like, well, what do you mean haters? Your house is on sale.
Yeah, I thought it was so funny. I watched literally a piece of a documentary J-Lo was in last night, and Ben Affleck actually says in it, I felt a bit bad for him actually, because she took this book and he actually saved every single letter, every single Christmas card, anything they'd ever had throughout the whole course of their relationship, which I felt a bit bad for his other wife, because I was like, where did you hide all of that while you're writing someone else? And she took it to the studio and she gave it to all the writers, and she's like, this is what I'm going to make my new album with. Bearing in mind she hadn't released an album in 15 years. Yeah. And he was like, oh, the greatest love story ever untold has now been told. All my private information is now out there, and we said this was between us.
Yo, I didn't know
And I actually felt really bad for him in that moment, because he looked really actually quite hurt. And she's like, oh, it's my chance to get back out there. I've not been inspired. And I really do root for J-Lo, because I think it's really nice, and I think a lot of people are like, oh, the one that got away, maybe they're back, maybe we can make it work. But I think she is slightly, how do I say this? Yeah, she's quite polarizing now, J-Lo, and I do really like her, but it's like the whole, oh, I don't drink, I don't touch alcohol, that's why I look fabulous, but here's my new alcohol line. Oh, it's the greatest love story of all time, which is a secret forever, but here's my new album telling every single private detail.
Yeah, it's mixed messaging.
It's like too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Well, I think it's almost like J-Lo, I think J-Lo is immensely talented, and I can understand how she's become so successful. But there's also an idea of like, when you're the master of, when you're a jack of all trades, you can be a master of none. And also, here's the difference between where J-Lo was when she first came out. you could construct a narrative via your newsletter, social media. You could get things out in the press to say, this is my life. But now everything is so transparent that we can see it. Like to your point, Al, when you were talking about to me, you were saying she doesn't come across as genuine.
Right.
And I believe that is what it is. They say it's all in the eyes. You can't hide what's really happening in the eyes. And when you look at some of those photos, you can see it. When you start getting those lights are on but nobody's home type thing, people start asking questions. And if you continue to gloss over everything, then it makes you look like you're gaslighting the rest of us because we have eyes and we can see. Now, about the house, that's interesting to me because, you know, my husband and I are constantly on like searching for our next house, right? Here's the thing, when a house goes on sale or if it's listed as like pending, a lot of times people are floating it to see if they're going to get an off-market offer. So if you can get an off-market offer, the negotiating power is greater. When you're talking about a $60 million house, the chances of somebody just scrolling, my husband and I on a Sunday night on Realtor.com scrolling and being like, oh, I didn't think of this, let's go and buy that, are very, very
Anthony's
slim
like, what
to
are
none.
your filters on?
Right, very slim to none. There's a certain type of buyer and they're not going to necessarily pick it up on that. So I do think the house is on sale, but I think they're trying to get a private buyer off market.
Interesting. Wow.
All right. Well, thank you. Reese Witherspoon revealed the nickname she calls her good friend and Big Little Lies co-star, Laura Dern. While speaking to her other pal and co-star Nicole Kidman for Variety, she revealed why she calls Laura Dern simply Dern. Watch.
I hate how you call her Dern though.
Why?
Because it sounds weird.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Sounds like, okay, why? I'm always like, Laura.
Do you know why?
And you're like, no, Dern. Dern. Dern.
Because my name's Laura. And her name's Laura, and it's confusing to me. My real name's Laura Jean. Because we can't both be Laura.
She doesn't call you Laura though. Anyway,
understand your
anyway,
point. I
I'll
don't like
stay
your
out of the
tone.
way.
You're trying to understand somebody. So
No,
it just makes no sense.
It's Dern.
I think this happens, especially with celebrities who choose stage names. Do you find it weird, any of you? I mean, everybody up here has a pretty common name.
Right.
Yeah.
So is it weird to call someone else your name?
I wouldn't care less.
I think a lot of people always call me Tori spelling. And people always compared me like Tori. That was the only other Tori.
A lot of people call you Tori Spelling?
Well, one time, can I tell you a story? One time, someone at like Dillard's, I was buying a dress for the photo shoot, and this woman was the cashier, goes, oh my God. She goes, Tori Spelling. And I think she was challenged in some way, and I knew she meant DBL. Yeah, I think she, mentally, and I go, oh yeah, and I hug her, and I knew she meant Tori from DBL, but the people behind me thought I was pretending to be Tori Spelling.
Oh.
And I was like, they were
that's
like,
interesting.
They go, she's not Tori Spelling. And the whole thing was a big mess at Dillard's.
Is this from a movie?
No, it happened.
I'll say,
Please, Al, help us.
I will just say this. I used to think it was so cool. This is before you could tell who's calling. My dad and his law firm used to pick up the phone and say Jackson. And I was like, I want to do that, but now you can see it's me. So I don't know. I don't mind going with nicknames. I feel like every black dude on my thread, we all have different names. We've been going by them since high school. So I don't know how they are on the ladies group chat.
I answer to Cobb, so whatever you want to call
I call you
T-Bone,
Cobby.
T-Bone.
Coming up on DBL, we're talking with media powerhouse Bonnie Hammer about her book, 15 Lies Women Are Told at Work. And both Kim Kardashian and Oprah say they don't need therapists because they have good friends. Do you agree? Welcome back to DBL. Kim Kardashian has revealed she's never been to therapy. In a new episode of The Kardashians, Kim celebrates her 43rd birthday. During her party, she calls out her close friends, who she refers to as her lifers. At one point, she said the reason she has never seen a therapist is because her friends have always been super supportive through all of the chaos in her life. A few months ago, Oprah also revealed she's never been to therapy because she downloads everything that happened to her that day with Gail every night. So, do any of you feel that it is appropriate, safe, or logical to make your friends into your therapists?
Well, the way she said it, no. I have a therapist best friend, and we have what we call a boardroom meeting every week, and we treat our lives as boardrooms, and I'm her CEO, she's my CEO, and we download information that way. But secretly, she's a therapist, so that makes it easier, and I'm still going to therapy.
Yeah, so she's a therapist,
right,
she's not your therapist.
Right, but I do use her in a way that is therapeutic and somewhat of a setting like that. Like we have meetings and stuff.
You use her as a free therapist.
Yeah, yeah, I do. But I also do see a therapist. I think I think a multitude of different people would be best, in my opinion.
What about you, Sir?
Oh gosh, I think when I first moved to America, the idea of going to therapy was so wild, because in England you get brought up like therapy as if there's some mega problems in your life and you are so messed up that you go to therapy. It's like really controversial. And it was only when I came here and, you know, throughout the help of people here that I actually started seeing a therapist, and I went for many, many years, and I actually loved it. And I actually think that when you're more open to hearing an I think the problem with using your friends is you're all of a similar ilk, or you've got similar ideas, or you bond together for a reason, right? Whether it's through trauma, like experiences, whatever it may be. So the advice isn't always probably going to be the best, because it's from a very skewed perspective, rather than someone who's completely on the outside that obviously is invested in you because you're paying them, but they're going to see it very objectively. They're not going to just tell you everything you want to hear. And I think that is what's important.
You know what Obama always said? He said, if I'm in the room and I'm the smartest person in the room, I'm in the wrong room. Yeah.
But I also think that therapy has a lot to do with emotion. So when you're talking about it, like your friends see things, your therapist is interpreting what you're saying. But never make your friends into your therapist, because what happens? They have mad day, they tell all your secrets, they come for you.
What's mad day? Where they're just mad one day?
Like one day, something happens, you're no longer friends, and go to a therapist. We'll be right back.
Point.
Mad? Welcome back. As one of the most powerful women in corporate America, NBC Universal Vice Chairman Bonnie Hammer knows how to navigate a male-driven industry. And earlier, she shared her wisdom about the lies that women are told at work. Check it out.
Here to share her wisdom, Bonnie Hammer. Welcome.
Hi, it's great to be here.
Bonnie, thanks for being here. Our EP, Bert, was singing your praises in the meeting, so glad to have you here. Let's get to it. Bonnie, why did you write this book in the first place? Obvious question.
Well, at this point in my career, I am agenda-free, so I can actually look back at my career and see what made sense in life and what didn't. And what I've realized that so much of what we've grown up with and so much of what women are told, the cliches, the mantras, the dictums, in fact, are lies, and that if we follow, really lead to self-sabotage. So my goal was, instead of just writing a book about advice, in some ways wanted to write to talk about the bad advice that women are given in order to navigate the world and succeed.
I love this so much. I consider you a testimony teacher, and I think it's so generous when people, as you said, you have no agenda. You're just saying it like it is. So in this book, you debunk bad advice women can receive. Let's talk about a couple of them, because this one I love so much, starting with fake it till you make it. How is this phrase hurting us?
It is so dangerous because everybody at some point in life, male, female, have a bit of imposter syndrome in them. So women in particular have been told that the only way to get ahead, if you don't know something, is just fake it and you're going to make it. The truth is you have to face it.
Yes.
The minute you are caught in a lie, the minute somebody loses trust in you, that's it.
That's so real.
Yep. So my advice is ask questions. No, people really love helping other people. The minute somebody else is able to kind of take you under their arm because you're honest, you're vulnerable, that you want to learn, you then have a friend for life, someone who really wants to help you grow and help you navigate your career.
That's so smart. All right, what about this? Don't sweat the small stuff. Miss Hammer, should we be sweating?
That's another thing that we've always been told. But what it's really talking about when that cliche came about was basically stop stressing. But it had nothing to do with really attention to details. And in my life and in my world, if you don't sweat the small stuff, you're never going to be doing the big stuff later on. If you think about funny things like a surgeon, do you think a surgeon has to sweat the small stuff?
I hope so.
A chef. A teaspoon versus a tablespoon of salt or pepper in a recipe, that's small stuff. So the small stuff in life is really the big stuff in life. And as they say, God and the devil are in the details.
Ooh, such great advice. In fact, you have another piece in here, an anecdote, if you will. In your book, you say, the key to succeed in a man's world is to stand out as a woman. Yes, please tell me what you mean by this.
A funny little story, actually, about your boss, Sir Bertie Brow.
He's here.
We worked together we worked together many moons ago, and in Boston. He was executive producer of the #1 talk show at the time, and he hired me as a supervising producer. And we've kept in touch over the years, and then just recently had a phone call within the last year. And he said to me something that I found fascinating. He said, I always knew you would succeed because you were very ladylike. Now, in this day and age, most people would take that comment and say, oh my goodness, that's an insult, ladylike. But the truth is, it was talking about all of the stuff that we possess, that I navigated the world through collaboration, compassion, empathy, rather than try to echo man's behavior. So it was actually a true compliment that I loved.
Beautifully stated. I love it. Bonnie, thank you for joining us on DBL. To our viewers, to learn more from Bonnie, make sure to grab a copy of 15 Lies Women Are Told at Work, available now. Thank you again, Bonnie. Appreciate you.
We'll be reading.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The Caribbean is calling you. This June, we're celebrating Caribbean Heritage Month with Sandals by giving away 2 all-inclusive vacations to any Sandals resort of your choice. Watch DBL every day for a word of the day. Then enter at dailyblastlive.com/sandals for your chance to win a 4-day, 3-night escape for 2. The winner will be announced on DBL June 26. Make memories for a lifetime and start entering for your chance to win a trip to any Sandals resort. Today's word of the day is ocean.
We've got some great deals from our friends at Morning Save. Check them out.
Steph, what do you have for us today? I can't wait to shop.
First up today, we've got the Chefman 5-quart Easy View air fryer with a temperature probe.
Ooh.
So this will get dinner on the table really quick without sacrificing great taste, and it is healthier cooking. So you can serve all the delicious foods your family loves using 98% less oil.
Yes.
Normally this is $100.
Oh, that's good for that.
We've got it for $55. That's saving 45%.
That's a great deal on a great product.
Next up, we've got the Make Lemonade analog sound machine.
Ooh.
There are 8 mixable sounds to choose from, and you can mix and match, so you can have crickets on the beach.
Oh my word.
Isn't that insane?
Oh my God.
I love it. So not only does it provide noise, but it's also got a little gentle night light, and it's got 3 different light levels.
I'm really into this.
I think it's so cute. Normally it's $40.
Okay.
We've got it for $19.99.
Much better, half
You're
off.
saving 50%. Next up today, we've got the 2-pack static Go Hub power banks. They are slim, and I've got multiple USB ports, which means you can charge up to 3 devices at the same time.
Oh, wow.
There's an easy-to-read LCD screen, so you always know how much battery is available.
Oh, wow.
So normally these are $50 each.
Okay.
We've got a 2-pack for $39.99.
Whoa.
Saving 60%. Last but not least, we've got the Bissell Turbo Clean Power Brush Pet Carpet Cleaner.
Oh, I need this.
You can tackle pet messes that happen on carpets and area rugs. It's got a 2-tank system, which means the clean water and formula is in one, and then the dirty water gets pulled into its own tank.
Whoa.
So you're not reusing and putting dirty water back onto your clean carpet.
Bissell.
Normally it's $179.
Okay.
We've got it for $99.99. That's saving 44%.
Love it. All right. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can scan the QR code right on screen. It'll take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Thank you so, so much, Steph.
What do you want to talk about?
I wanted to talk about the sound machine.
Yes.
So you can use it for your song music making. You could mix a campfire sound with a beach sound.
That's
Okay.
great. DBL is new. Every day we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place.